Hey everybody, this is Muffin with the Daily Biker Podcast. Just here to let y'all know the opinions and ideas expressed in this show are those of the hosts and their guests, not to be confused with their partners and sponsors. Now, let's get it on.
Hey guys, this is Sean from the Bikes and Beards YouTube channel, and you guys are listening to the Daily Biker Podcast. You're gonna love it.
That's how you should start it from now on.
Well, I wasn't recording it.
I know, but that's
That'd be great, though.
That's how you need to start it.
Did you? Was that a list of bikes? Did you actually make a list?
Oh no! That's a list of the scotches in my infinity bottle. Well, that's an infinity bottle. So as I get a new scotch that I like, I add an ounce or two, depending on if I like it, maybe 4 into the bottle. So it's just continuously changing flavors. Very interesting. So bottle on the liquor cabinet.
Yeah. Hey everybody, welcome back to Daniel's Daily Scotch.
Don't make me bring out my crushed red velvet jacket and sit in the chair with my pipe. I can do that.
We're getting fancy.
Anyways,
The smoking hour.
welcome to we've done that. Welcome to the Daily Biker Podcast. My name is Marcus and I'm your clueless leader. Today we're going to go on a learning journey. We're going to talk about some things that aren't but should be.
Yep.
But otherwise, I've got Miss Muffin with me.
Hi, y'all.
And I've got the original Scotsman, Daniel.
Hey there.
You like Scotch, but you're English by nature.
Yes.
It's fine. It's fine.
English, Ukrainian, and Italian, so I don't know what to tell you.
I'm Scottish. We killed a bunch of your people.
Oh, well, I really hate that.
I hate that.
That's very unfortunate.
I
think I saw that movie.
I did. I saw a clip from it earlier today, actually. I am Scottish, Irish, and Creek Indian.
I have no clue what I am.
What's so funny is, like, when I say Creek Indian, like, everybody's like, I've never heard of Creek. And it's like, have you heard of Cherokee? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, Cherokee's like saying, I'm American.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not all of America, but a
Yeah.
huge portion of the East Coast was Cherokee, but there was tribes in that.
Which makes sense.
So,
There's
which
always
was
different subsects of every...
Yeah, which was
Big
Creek
title.
Indian, the Indians that were in this area. My Scotch and Irish family intermingled with them.
Well, I'd imagine since you've been here since the early thousands.
Yes, yeah.
You personally.
Yeah, no,
you
that's what I'm
are-
saying, yeah.
You yourself,
Yeah.
yes.
I laugh whenever I watch TV and I see, like, the hunt for the Grail. I'm like, I know where it's at, but I'm not telling anybody.
It's in Marion County.
It's right there in the Sequatchicata Keys.
Shikwachikini.
You know what? It very well could be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's on the whole thing. We're taught all through school. I don't know what the kids are taught now, but all through school we were taught, Christopher Columbus discovers America. And then
It was actually the Kilgore.
And then you get to high school and it's the Amerigo Vespucci.
Yeah.
And now when you're, like, watching this stuff on TV, they're like, oh no, it's probably the Vikings.
Yes.
But I've seen some other stuff that it's like, no, it's probably the Egyptians sometime around, like, 2000 BC.
Which just goes to show no one actually knows. So it could be the Kilgore
Yeah,
clan.
nobody knows.
I doubt it was the Kilgore clan because we weren't the Kilgores until a couple hundred years ago.
What is commonly now referred to as the Kilgore clan.
So,
It's your history lesson for the night.
insane. Y'all have a good one. So tonight we are going to talk about motorcycles that should be.
Yeah.
Some of these are quite possibly motorcycles that have been.
Yeah.
They're just not currently produced. So Daniel, you want to kind of explain exactly what it is we're doing?
So essentially, we're looking at each of the manufacturers, the common manufacturers, and seeing what bikes we really like from them, and then comparing that to other motorcycle manufacturers that may not have a comparable motorcycle, or there's something in their past repertoire of motorcycles that we really like, and we kind of wish that they would bring back because it would compete with other brands. I think that's a fair.
That's a very
assessment
fair word to say it. Because people get to the stuff, and I hear people say stuff like, "Oh, Street Glide, but I don't want Harley. I'm a Honda guy or a Yamaha guy or something."
Well,
okay, go.
They
go
have
buy.
the Rebel 1100T.
Yeah, but
That's a street
They
line.
they have, which now they just call it a Goldwing, but the F6B.
Yeah.
Honda has. Yamaha had the the Stratoliner.
Yeah, they had the Stratoliner, which was their big one. They
They
also had the Royal Star, which was their 4-cylinder.
Yeah, which one is it
Yeah.
that Steve has though?
The Stratoliner.
Okay, yeah. So they had a Stratoliner that you could get fairing or non-fairing, but Kawasaki has the
Vulcan.
Vaquero,
Vanquero. Now they brought back the Vulcan.
the Nomad. They had the Nomad for a long
they did
time.
have the Nomad. I think the only actual V twin that they have now is the Vaquero.
So
If they still even make that.
the point in saying that is, we're going to stay away from going, oh, I wish Honda would make this, but I also wish it was a V twin. We're staying away from that stuff.
Yeah.
So Daniel, you want to kind of start us out with?
So, I did actually think about this, and we started talking right before we started recording, and I just had this pop in my head. I love the Kawasaki Z900 RS, the new retro classic that they made.
Yeah.
And then it made me start thinking of the other big four Japanese manufacturers.
Yeah.
Honda doesn't do that.
Attempted.
They have in the past, but in their current
They don't
lineup,
currently.
Yeah, in their current lineup, they don't have anything.
Yeah.
Now,
But I do want to clarify that they did attempt.
They did the CB 1100,
Correct.
like what my brother rides. And, bringing something like that back, an inline 4, a 1900.
Yeah, and
like that.
there's always those spy shots put out. They had those spy shots for the CB 750 or whatever that was going to run the parallel twin or whatever.
And it looked really cool.
It's a very retro trimmed bike.
Yep.
I think it could have been a big hit.
So something like that coming from Honda.
Yeah, I mean, outside of Trump, I don't think anybody...
Yamaha has the XSR, which is sort of...
I was going to say, I wasn't sure if Yamaha was actually making one or not. I've seen one that's had the yellow with the black.
Yeah, it's not...
But I wasn't sure exactly what that was.
Like, if you're thinking retro, like a Triumph Bonneville and the Kawasaki Z900 RS, it's not there. It's basically an MT bike that they've sort of toned it down a little bit.
Yeah.
So I think, actually doing a more retro version of the XSR would be really cool. And then
Suzuki has the power to be able to do it since they already kind of have a platform.
Yeah, Suzuki could do it. I mean, they tried it with the Katana, the new Katana, but it didn't look... It wasn't retro. It just looked like every other Suzuki.
The new Katana was supposed to be a futuristic version of the original 83 Katana.
Yeah, it looked like something from the 1980s that was like, this is what the future will look like.
Yeah.
And they didn't sell them, and they've taken them off their lineup.
Yeah.
So, but Suzuki could absolutely do it. I mean, they have the K5 GSXR engine. Make an old GS 1000.
Yeah.
Just like Kawasaki did with the Z900 RS. I think it would sell really well. They keep it in that price point where it's under the price of a Triumph Bonneville, because the 900 RS I think is a little over 10 grand, brand new, and the RS is the top trim package. They have others underneath. I'm sorry, the RS Cafe is the top trim. Then they have the RS underneath that. But I that's something I'd like to see from all the big four Japanese manufacturers. I'm not gonna include Harley in something like this because they still produce a Road King, a Heritage.
They still produce a very modern yet retro style motorcycle.
Yeah,
I mean a traditional cruiser.
Yeah,
period is very modern traditional style.
They're not going to put a carburetor on it to make it classic. It looks classic. It hasn't changed.
But the Kawasaki 900 is still injected too.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like Harley's already got something that looks like a classic Harley. Modern, but
like a 22 Sportster. I'm not saying it's identical to a 75 Sportster, but they have the same lines.
Yeah,
like you can see.
You could almost consider that like a retro classic.
Yeah.
In not that it is, but you could consider it in that class if you decided to.
What I refer to a lot of Harley Davidsons is natural evolution.
Yeah.
If you look, like, even with their baggers and stuff like that, and you go back and look at the 70s model baggers, there's a natural evolution as technology has changed. It's like, hey, you know what? We're able to make bigger engines that don't produce as much heat and stuff like that. Okay, let's do that. Hey, we found a different way to mount the gauges. Let's do that. And better gauges. And it's literally just a natural evolution of what would happen. Yeah, the what did we say it was, 1981 KZP, and then they didn't change it for the KZPs.
Yeah, it started in 81 and then went all the way until 2005.
So if they had kept making the KZP,
they would have just put fuel injection on that same engine.
Probably. But no, I'm talking about from 81. If you had a natural evolution, it would not be.
It wouldn't look like the 1981.
Well,
KZP.
it also wouldn't be what they use the concourse or whatever to do a police bike. It wouldn't look like a concourse either. It would probably be more closer in line to like a Road King or something like that.
Well, and really, if you think about it, that's kind of
what they were competing against.
That's what they were competing against.
Well, actually, they were competing more against the Harley Davidson Defender, which was the FXRs and the Dynas, because they were a smaller bike.
But I mean, still relatively.
They actually, I tell you what they would look like. Lowrider ST.
They probably would, except with instead of a V twin, it'd have an inline 4.
Yeah.
That'd be the difference. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Logically, it makes sense. And I was going to say,
so it looked like a Rebel 1100 with a Lowrider ST fairing on it.
That would actually be kind of cool.
That would actually be kind of cool, actually.
That would actually, because the 1100's a good engine.
It's blasphemy.
And I was going to say, Indian could go back about 10, 15 years to their classics and get there.
I mean, the company's only 20 years old.
Like I said, go back to when they first started. 10, 15 years ago.
Oh, Lord.
But I think...
Indian since 1901, and 1937, and 1954, and 1970s.
The guy with the tattoo.
That's what we need to do. Okay, so I'm going to put this out there right now just so people know. I have started working on a t-shirts. Obviously, we had some t-shirts. Some people have gotten some t-shirts. I am working on a t-shirt store. She doesn't even know anything about this yet.
You haven't told her?
No. It's going to be branded. I'll let y'all know when it's out. It's going to be branded under Moto Muffin Clothing. But we're going to be working on some t-shirts for y'all, brought to you by the podcast that will have, they're going to be funny motorcycle shirts. And I want to put this out there. If you think that we're picking at you, one of the t-shirts I'm going to make says slow ass Harleys.
Yeah.
So
we pick at everybody.
Yeah.
It's everybody.
It's look, it's the constant.
They're not going to be rude. Like, if I
Marcus.
could, I would make a t-shirt that says carburetors are for queers, but... Playing.
You would only wear that when you come over here.
I would.
Yeah.
No, but I'll probably do something that's, giving a hard time. Working on doing the Wii t-shirt.
Yes.
And my Arizona t-shirt and stuff like that. So I'll let y'all know more as that stuff evolves. I have basically created everything online.
We just need to get some designs in.
Now it comes to creating designs. So if there's anything from the show that stands out to y'all that's memorable or something and you have an idea for us, shoot it to us. That being said, Chris, me and Daniel have discussed your scooter idea. So people keep those ideas coming to us.
Yes.
We're gonna do an episode all about scooters.
Absolutely. We both have to get versed in them. Marcus is the only one that's ever owned one, so
yeah.
Scooters.
I mean, is the KTM considered a scooter? It's
No.
no.
I'm
gonna have to go buy a scooter between now and then.
I would say a scooter has to be stepped through.
Yes, we can kind of step through the KTM.
I can.
We can.
Yes. Heather gets the step ladder.
Let's get back to talking about motorcycles that manufacturers should make.
Going off of you talking about t-shirts, we do still have some of the original Daily Biker podcast t-shirts, and if you would like one, please let us know.
Yeah, reach out to us.
Reach out to us, and we'll send you a shirt. We've sent out quite a few.
I made a deal where if you send me a shirt from your local motorcycle shop, we'll send you a shirt back. And if you're sitting here going, I don't know how to send you a shirt, I don't know how many times I've said it on here. White Lightning Harley Davidson in Chattanooga. Just Google that. That is where you can mail the shirt to. You can address it to Marcus. You can address it to the Daily Biker Podcast. I think it was Peter's shirt, or Peter's package was addressed to the Clueless Leader, Muffin, and Daniel.
Yeah.
So, dude, that stuff comes in. Being what I do at the dealership, when they see something like that, they're like, what in the world is this? And they'll usually holler at me.
Especially something from a foreign country.
Yeah.
When is Marcus getting sent to the shop?
Yeah.
We're going to get raided.
Get raided.
So anyways, back to motorcycles that should be.
So mine is, I think a lot of the big four, the Japanese motorcycle companies should bring back some of the classics.
Okay.
You know, like a CB750, make a modern CB750 or a modern Interceptor 750 with that red, white, and blue paint scheme.
Yeah.
Oh, that would look so cool. But so what is your first thought?
So for me, none of the big four Japanese really manufacture this.
Okay.
Harley Davidson doesn't manufacture this. There is a big motorcycle manufacturer that does it perfectly.
Okay.
Now, I say big motorcycle manufacturer that does this perfectly. There are other motorcycle manufacturers that are large that do an okay job. And then there are some small motorcycle manufacturers, smalls in reference to us for the United States, that do a decent job of it.
Okay.
I want to see more scramblers.
Yeah.
And it's going to go very much with your retro thing, because that's where you need it at.
Yeah.
Now, who does it perfectly? Triumph.
I was going to say Triumph or Ducati.
Ducati does an okay job of it.
Yeah.
Ducati's looks more like they took a monster and built a scrambler out.
They did. That's exactly what it is.
But
Triumph
Triumph Scrambler has
is
a very, that style. When you see it, you're like, dude, that is a suit Monday through Friday, riding through the city streets, Saturday and Sunday in the woods, ripping up the trails.
But you know what? I think it works for Triumph because they already have the Bonneville, which is a classic.
It's not going to stop. Nope.
There
we go.
Intermission.
We're good now.
Triumph already has the Bonneville, which is a very classic looking motorcycle. And at the time, they made scramblers out of Bonnevilles.
Yeah.
And
I've got another one coming, by the way.
You get that evil out of you.
Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
No, I think scramblers would be great.
I think it would be super cool. Honda, we've talked before.
Because didn't they make it was the 500 that they made into a scrambler, right?
So here's the thing.
They made a new CL.
Here's the thing. That yes, I think they missed the mark.
Yeah.
It's cool, but I think they missed the mark. I think they could have went very retro styled with that, done a high pipe on it, put a knobby tire on it. And whether you take these bikes off-road or not is a different story.
Yeah.
The style of it. Because there's a lot of people that buy the Tiger 1200, or not the Tiger, the Triumph Scrambler 1200 XC that never see the dirt with it. But it has that style to it.
Because it's a
with
good,
the high
it's
sweat
a
pipes
good motorcycle and it's classic looking. And
I think Harley needs to build one based on the Nightster. I don't know if I've ever went into a whole lot of detail in here. I literally have full blueprints laid out with part numbers and everything else about building one out of a new Nightster. And it can be done.
Well, I mean, you have the XR Sportster.
Right. But for these people to look at this, okay, like with the Harley, because a lot of people would go, well, who would want to take a Sportster off-road? I don't know about where you live at, but there's a lot of people around here that do it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like, there's a lot of people that build scramblers. I mean...
Well, I mean, and that's you're not taking a street bike off road. You're taking a bike that has a little bit taller suspension travel, not potentially more knobby tires.
Yeah.
You're not going out there on race slicks.
No.
You know, that's why not?
Well, I mean, much taller suspension, high pipes,
Yeah.
skid plates, controls in different positions.
I mean, the same thing the guys were doing in the 60s and 70s.
But that's what a scrambler is, yeah. I mean, literally, if you go back and you watch Chips.
Yes.
Those early dirt bikes that they were on.
Those were scramblers.
They called those dirt bikes. Those were not dirt bikes.
Well,
Those
they
were scramblers.
they were dirt bikes. They were in the dirt.
Yeah.
I mean, your Street Glide's a dirt bike. My Valkyrie's a dirt bike.
yeah.
Hell, I went over a
It's
curb
been in the
yesterday
dirt.
on the KTM. That's a dirt bike.
It's a dirt bike.
I went through the grass.
And that being said, if you look at that, when you sit here and go, vintage hair scrambler. Okay?
Yeah.
That's what those bikes were. They were scramblers.
Absolutely.
So, I think scramblers are something that a lot of these manufacturers need to get into to taking a look at. You know, Kawasaki with that Z900, you know, it might be a little big,
Yeah.
but
Well, the 650.
Triumph does it out of the 1200 though.
Yeah. But I
So-
mean, you know, if you think the Z900 RS a little bit too big, you have the 650, that parallel twin. They've done a retro version of that bike. One, you know,
Yeah.
put a little bit taller suspension on it. Put some knobby tires on there.
Well, you know,
If Kawasaki makes a KLR, they have the technology.
it's a market. It's like 50 years old though.
I said they have the technology. I
We
didn't say it was
have
good
the technology.
So that market though, I think is so untapped. People like it. And if they say people don't like it, you know, there's 1.5 million Jeep mall crawlers out there right now that have never seen the dirt a day in their life.
Oh, yeah.
They look like they could do it, but they've never done it.
Well, you know, those are the guys that go around when there's a dirt driveway on the road. They go wide so they don't get their tires dirty.
Probably so.
That's accurate.
So I that's one of the big ones for me is the scrambler.
Yeah.
I think manufacturers need to look into that more.
I agree. I agree. Heather, is there anything that you've thought of, like a motorcycle that you think a company should make?
Honestly, no. I honestly can't think of anything.
Is there a motorcycle that's made by one company that you're like, oh, I wish this company made that?
I mean, kinda.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like the new Honda Rebel. I do.
Okay.
But I kind of wish it was a Harley.
Yeah.
It exists, but not for public consumption though.
Yeah. Well, the 350 and the 500.
Correct.
And I think those are... I honestly think those would sell really well in the United States.
I think Harley should take the Benelli 500,
Which is
almost the exact same bike as the new Harley 350/500.
So I've ridden the
that they're
Benelli
using
that
for the
had
class.
the 500 parallel twin.
Yeah,
It was actually... I mean, it wasn't,
but I think they could.
fast. It was
I think
a good
they
engine.
could build a small ADV.
Yeah. Oh, that would be cool.
Yeah,
I think that would be great.
I don't think they will though.
I mean, we all know what everybody wants from Harley is a sport bike.
Yeah.
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 And anybody that
Why don't we just do the Sportster S with mid controls?
no,
um,
no, not the Sportster S with mid controls.
okay.
Stripped down Pan America.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying because they already have the Sportster S on the showroom floor. You just move those controls just a few inches back,
Yeah,
and you get a little bit more sporty.
but it's still
yeah.
no. Es still no buenos.
Well, me and you have both ridden one. We had the podcast.
Yeah, it's still be no bueno.
Yeah, but it would get better.
But look at the hooligans.
Yeah, they're stripped down Pan Americas.
They're taking brand new. These are not specialty built bikes. I mean, they are when they're
Showroom
racing them. They are taking brand new motorcycles bought off dealership floors. They're putting custom tail sections, which you could just do a tail section from a Sportster S on it.
Yep.
They're putting Sportster S gas tanks on these things, 17-inch wheels front and rear, and they're getting out there racing these things, and they're taking that whole front end off of it and stuff like that.
And they look
yeah.
really good.
Do that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, take the front end off of a Pan America, put a number plate with 2 stacked round headlights
Lower it
or
a
whatever.
little bit.
I wouldn't. I
Well,
wouldn't lower it.
Well, no, but I'm saying if you're trying to make more of a
Put that Sportster S tail section on it, that
Yeah.
Sportster S gas tank.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Leave the controls where they are and leave the suspension how it is. Rock it.
Yeah, I think that'd be great. Well, I mean, it's everybody. You had Buell that used the Harley V twins making sport bikes. I think the technology's there with the new RevMax.
Well,
engine.
I think anybody that says, "Oh, Harley doesn't need to build a sport bike," has never rode a V twin sport bike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're fantastic.
Oh,
There's reasons there. There's reasons that the Sportster XR 1200 or whatever still sells for like 15 grand
Mhm.
because they are incredible motorcycles. There's
Yeah.
reasons why 15 years ago everybody that wanted a stunt ride bought a 636.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same reason that all these stunt riders now are riding Dynas and Sportsters. One, they're kind of cheap.
Yeah.
They're
I mean,
cheap to fix.
talk about a motorcycle under $10,000.
Yeah, they're
that you
cheap.
can buy.
They're depending on where you're at, it's under $5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Sportsters, yes.
Yeah, they're
Oh,
cheap
yeah.
to get your hands on.
Yeah.
They're cheap to fix.
Mm-hmm.
They're cheap to get a lot of power out of it to put up that rear wheel or put up that front wheel.
Which you really don't need that much to do it. but
Right.
You can absolutely modify that bike easily.
So, I mean, that's the thing about it. If there's a lot of videos of these guys that have been longtime stunt riders that are now stunting on Harleys,
Mm-hmm.
and they're like, it's a different world, and it is so fun.
Yeah.
So fun.
Well, I mean, for a long time, that wasn't really Harley's scene to do the stunt.
Yeah.
You had the Japanese sport bikes of the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s, and then it slowly trickled back into the Harleys, the Dynas, the Sportsters.
now, if you're stunting on a 636, though, you're stunting on a 20-year-old motorcycle.
That is true.
I mean, you can't buy a brand new Japanese bike, sport bike, that doesn't have traction control
Yeah.
and wheelie control and
Well,
all this other stuff.
see, this is the opposite. Stop adding technology. Go back to the early 2000s, the late 90s, when everybody we all crashed like real men.
Yeah. Whereas now, you can go out and buy a brand new Harley
Yeah.
for the guys that want to stunt and stuff like that. A brand new Harley without ABS,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
without traction control, and a clutch cable.
I mean, because you look at the modern sport bikes from the Japanese, the big four, wheelie control, traction control, ABS, like you get that. That's not an option,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
which kind of limit what you can do. You now have to work around that
Yeah.
if you want to stunt on it.
Yeah. And you're probably a bit more comfortable going to your stunt place.
Yeah, most likely.
Yeah. So,
I mean, I've seen people wheelie Goldwing, so
I have two very little wheelies because they touch in the back very quickly.
yeah. But they can
Yeah.
do it. That's-
Oh yeah, I've seen people
They
wheelie
can
stock
do it.
Goldwings, bone stock.
oh yeah.
I saw a guy. I worked with him. I won't mention his name on here because he has occupation where we're not allowed to say his name.
Him.
Him.
Yes. Yeah, he identifies as he, him.
Mr. X.
He's the type of person that if I said he identifies as he, him, he would probably hit me. Not because it's not his pronouns, but because I gave him pronouns.
Yeah.
Not as an assumed. He'd be
I
like,
don't
don't
know.
even give me them. Ah!
I don't know. When was the last time you talked to him? Things can change pretty quickly. That's what they do now.
A couple weeks ago.
It's a couple weeks.
I think of weights.
Anyway,
I worry about it every time I see you.
when the
Right?
F6B first came out,
Yeah.
this fool took out a brand new F6B and had it on the back wheel inside of like a first 100 yards that he was ever
Oh
on
yeah.
one.
Well,
It's not surprising.
has the torque to do it.
Yeah.
It'll just pull the front end up. That's I had a conversation with Gary Griffith that had sold Hondas for a little while.
Yeah.
In Chattanooga. He was talking about blown fork seals on Gold Wings.
Yeah.
Oh, what were they doing?
What were
Oh, they were pulling wheelies.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
So, what you have?
I,
I've got other bikes.
yeah, I've got. I want Honda to make a new Valkyrie in the way that they made the old Valkyrie.
You don't
Not-
want to make a ruin?
I don't want to make a ruin, and I don't want the monstrosity that was that 2014 to 15 Valkyrie
The
that
monstrosity.
they made.
Yeah.
Like, I want essentially a cruiser style bike with
You want a
flat
Fury with a Goldwing motor.
no. I want a VTX with a Goldwing motor.
Oh, but they don't make VTXs. No more.
I know they don't make a VTX either. They make a Rebel, and I don't think the Rebel can handle
They
it.
still make a Fury.
I know.
Oh.
They get rid of everything else, and they still make the Fury.
Because people think they're good motorcycles.
Well, it's a Honda. It's a reliable chopper,
It is a reliable chopper.
and that's
That's
it.
That's it.
Those are the best words that have ever been said about that bike.
They look fantastic sitting in a parking lot.
Mhm. So if you only need a bike to go to the bar on, Honda Fury.
Yeah. Middleweight ADV.
Oh yeah.
Well, Tiger 800.
Yes.
GS. They make a 650, don't they?
Yes.
And they make a GS 310.
Yes.
But that's small, but
But only one of them really does it good out of the big four.
talking about Suzuki?
No.
The Tenere 700.
Yes. That's the only one that truly does it good.
Well,
I say that because I've seen a lot of stuff now from the heavy enduro guys that are talking about the new V-Strom.
Yeah.
Saying it's a lot better than it was.
Yeah.
Still not where they hoped it would be.
And we still haven't gotten the new Transalp 750 in the United States yet.
Correct. But if Honda does it the way that they've always done it, where they play it safe, it's going to have the style and not truly do it.
Yeah. And Kawasaki has the KLR, which is not, it's just the KLR. They've been the KLR since the, 80s.
Give me, Honda, give me an African twin. Africa twin with that 750 motor.
Mm-hmm. Which is supposedly what the Transalp's going to be.
Mm.
It's not. We're going to be disappointed by it. But, and Harley, you have a 975 Rev Max engine. Put that in Pan America.
Yeah, give us middleweight ADV.
Because those are practical.
I know it sounds like I'm pushing the off-road stuff, and of course at the dealership we're pushing the off-road stuff, but it's growing.
Yeah. Well,
people want those things.
Well, that's the thing. They're practical motorcycles. I mean, look how long the GS. It's kind of the same way with the Scramblers. It's like a lot of people buy GSs and they will never go off-road with it.
Yeah.
It's a very comfortable motorcycle that can do long highway miles, or if you want to bomb down a trail, you can do that too. You don't have to be afraid of finding that dirt road and be like, oh, I wonder what's up that mountain.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's the same with the Africa Twin.
Well, I think they call them adventure motorcycles for a reason.
Yeah.
Because you can go and adventure.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't necessarily have to mean dirt.
Yeah.
But, I've heard it from people talk about going to Sturgis and they're following like, oh, this is a great riding road at Sturgis. And you get halfway down it, it turns into a dirt road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pull that Yui.
Well, I guess let's turn around. But
I don't want to get my paint dirty on my Fury.
If you're on a Scrambler,
yeah.
if you're on a GS, Pan America, a T7, a DE 850, you just keep going.
Yeah. Which I think that segment of the market is underserved.
No, and I think it's growing because more and more people are getting to that, hey, go see the great outdoors, go see the places that you've never seen. And, I've talked to several guys because of what we do with the Pan American and stuff like that. I've got to talk to a lot of guys that have other brands. They're not Harley people, but they come to the dealership or they come to our rides or stuff like that. And they talk about that. One of these guys I was talking to, he's got like it's not an earth roamer, but it's like an earth roamer. I don't know if you're familiar with an earth roamer.
I know what you're talking about.
For those listening that aren't familiar with earth roamers, these are $150,000 four-wheel drive
See, I don't know what this is.
These are $150,000 four-wheel drive RVs. They build them on like F450, F550 chassis.
Yeah.
They're on like 35, 37-inch tires.
It's for the people that like to go overlanding.
Overlanding.
Yeah. But it's when you go, oh, I'm going to go to Devil's Tower. You can drive all the way to the base of Devil's Tower and camp.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, he has a stand on the back of his Earth Roamer
Yeah.
that holds a KLR.
Yeah.
So when he gets to where he's going, he can go even further.
Yeah.
And
so he really needs an XR.
Yes. And when he was talking about it, he goes, there's been plenty of places where, where I drove to, you weren't going to get there unless you were in something four-wheel drive.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, but then the trail dropped down to single track, and you could still go if you were on a motorcycle.
Yeah.
He goes, and I would camp in one spot for a day, load up my camping gear, get on the bike, and go ride into the woods even further and camp.
Which is fun. You have that ability to do so.
Yeah.
And having a middleweight ADV motorcycle, I'll consider the KLR in that aspect. You get you to where you want to go. With the ability to have storage and all that stuff. Yeah. And lower weight than
now, when I talk about the middleweight ADV, though, just so y'all understand, because me and Daniel have this difference of opinion, because Daniel has not spent as much time on off-road motorcycles as I have. KLR, XR, DR, great bikes. They're great. After about 30 minutes on the road, though, you're kind of starting to get to the point where you're like, I actually had this conversation with someone the other day that has an Africa Twin, and they were like, it's a fantastic bike. But on the interstate, it handles horribly. There's a reason.
Those are more off-road.
There's a reason that the Tiger, the Pan America, the GS all have 19-inch front wheels that are wider than 21s.
Yes.
So.
Well, and that's that kind of dual sport versus ADV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're it's not that they're bad. They're big dirt bikes with a lot more capability than a traditional.
It's a dirt bike with the.
Well, technically, a DR and an XR, I think, are still just dirt bikes.
It's a dirt bike that can go on the street. That's about it. I mean, but I mean, you're definitely right. I think that's a market segment that is very underserved. The middleweight class of ADV bikes.
Well, even if it was lightweight.
The KLR is kind of in that, like, it's slightly a dual sport. The new ones are getting closer to the ADV category.
Look at lightweight ADVs.
Yeah.
Was there 2 companies? There's obviously more than that, but realistically, when it comes down to it, there's 2.
Yeah.
And they're not the same, but the KTM 390 Adventure.
Yeah.
And the BMW GS 310.
Yeah. Which are essentially, because I think CF Moto actually made the engine for the BMW as well.
Yeah, probably so.
And I will say CF
But they also make the motor for Benelli.
Yeah.
Which we don't have a bunch in the States.
No, Benelli as a brand sort of died out because CF Moto started selling stuff under their own brand name. And now CF Moto does have their adventure bike. I think it's a 650.
Yeah.
And they also have a
Aprilia just released their middleweight adventure bike.
That's the Touareg, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the
650.
650. Is it 650 or 660? The Touareg.
It's a middleweight 600cc range motorcycle.
And Moto Guzzi came out with the V85 TT, which I would say that's probably on the bigger side of middleweight, but still off, ADV style.
But
But where are you going to find a Moto Guzzi or an Aprilia dealership around us? That's I think the only one that I know of is in like Dahlonega, Georgia.
Yeah, for those of you that aren't in the U.S. that are listening to this, or those of you that are in parts of the U.S. where you're in a huge city, this might be crazy for you to hear, but when you get into mid-sized cities or even smaller cities, your options are Harley-Davidson, Honda, Kawasaki, Suzuki or Yamaha.
Yeah.
And in some of those cities, those are all in the same dealership. I have literally been in dealerships where they'll have Harley as its own little section, like their own entrance, and almost like a fake wall.
And then there's the Honda next to it.
And then you'll have Honda and Yamaha and Suzuki and Kawasaki and stuff all sitting on the same sales floor.
Well, and it's kind of similar with the European brands. You might have a BMW dealership like we have here that also sells Triumphs and Ducatis.
And Husqvarnas
and KTMs. But there's only one of those.
Yeah, we only have one.
Yeah. Like nobody else. Nobody else sells them.
And keep in mind, Chattanooga,
Medium size.
When you talk about the population of Chattanooga, it's hard to say the population of Chattanooga. Because if you live in the furthest out part of the counties, okay, you're getting into Dayton and just outside of Decatur, you're in Birchwood and Georgetown and stuff like that. Literally, those people, when they're if they travel to Florida, it's like, oh, where are you from? They go, Chattanooga.
Yeah.
It's easier.
Because it's most of them work in Chattanooga.
Oh, that too.
When you're in Dayton, which is literally the backside of Dayton, is no longer in Hamilton County. When you're in Dayton, so you're all the way at the north end of the county. It's 15-minute drive to Chattanooga.
Well, so it's funny that you mentioned that.
So but Chattanooga is like what, 150,000?
Yeah.
But the county itself is like 350,000.
So when we look at market statistics, my work is in real estate. So we have the Chattanooga MSA, which is the Metropolitan Statistical Area, and that's a 50-mile circle. Which everything within that 50 miles is considered the MSA of Chattanooga.
Yeah.
Because at that point, you're now getting into Knoxville, Nashville, or Atlanta.
Well, right. Yeah. And that's the thing. As soon as if you're coming out of the South into Chattanooga, you get into Dalton and Ringgold.
Yeah.
Which might as well be Chattanooga.
South Chattanooga.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really...
I mean, it really is. I think if you took all of that stuff into effect, like that range that you're talking about, all those people that they come to Chattanooga for work or their regular needs, or you find somebody that's born and raised in this area that says they've never been to Dalton, they're lying to you. Or something that's born and raised in Dalton and isn't like, oh yeah, we go to Hamilton Place all the time. They're lying to you.
Yeah, we drive up to Chattanooga every couple days to go to the mall or downtown.
Or get something to eat.
Yeah, because have you been to downtown Dalton? Nothing there.
Well, I mean, the thing about it is like, there's people that live in Rocky Face, which is between Chattanooga and Dalton, and you might meet someone there and they'll be like, oh yeah, J. Alexander's is our favorite restaurant. Well, guess what? There's only one here. It's in Chattanooga.
Yeah.
That's 3/4 of a mile from my house.
But yeah, going back to...
But that, when you quantify that, you're probably talking about 500,000 people.
No, yeah. And I'd say... possibly even more, depending on how far we want to go out.
For getting into our Southern California residents, thinking LA, and how LA encompasses all these cities when everybody outside of LA says LA, because you have people that they're from whatever, and that's not LA. Like Hollywood is not LA, it's Hollywood.
Yeah.
Well, it is LA. That's the same thing here. We have that.
Mm-hmm.
Lookout Mountain should be in the city of Chattanooga, but it's its own city.
They're their special type of people.
They're special.
East Ridge should be in the city of Chattanooga, but it's East Ridge.
Red Bank.
Red Bank really should be in the city of Chattanooga. We literally have, for anybody not from here, we have a city surrounded
by the city.
Oh,
so is East Ridge.
No. Georgia.
Well, yeah, the southern border of East Ridge is Georgia.
It's Georgia, yeah.
Red Bank, literally.
Yeah, on all sides. Yeah.
I don't think they have an open section because I think the city pretty much annexed all of Mouse Creek Road.
Red Bank makes no sense to me.
Well, Dayton Boulevard.
Dayton Boulevard's Red Bank.
Yeah. Well, that's Red Bank.
But Mouse Creek.
Oh, that's all city of Chattanooga.
Right.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
That's what I'm saying.
You said Red Bank has annexed it. I was like, wait a minute.
No.
Wait a
The city of Chattanooga has annexed Mouse Creek.
Yes.
Because I know people that live on Mouse Creek that have City of Chattanooga mailing addresses, which means it circles all the way back around into Hickson, which is Chattanooga.
Yeah. Well, the reason they've done that is because there's a couple developers that want to do apartment complexes all along that road back there.
No, Mouse Creek?
Mountain Creek.
Or Mountain Creek Road?
Yeah.
It's already apartments.
They're going to do more.
There's a handful of farms. What they're doing is they're taking out those farms.
They're taking out the farms and putting the 120, 300 unit apartment complexes.
Which is what's already over there.
Which is already... Well, look, I mean, we just have an apartment...
Dude, there's probably 15 or 20 apartment complexes on Mountain Creek Road.
You know what that gets the city? Taxes.
But you know how big that road is? That road is, barely 2 lanes wide.
I was going to say about coffee table size.
They took a 1-lane road and painted stripes on it.
They basically... See, if you're not on a motorcycle, that road sucks.
And the road is only 4 miles long.
And the last time they paved it was 1972.
When they built it.
When they built it. It was a buggy trail before that.
You know, I've had people tell me, though, that the city stops at Komatsu. And I'm like, that's interesting because when you're on Suck Creek Road, there's a sign that says...
You're leaving the city of Chattanooga limits.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're wrong.
Yeah.
Because they own almost up Signal Mountain, too.
So I think the second curve.
Yeah.
Spaceship House is not in the city of Chattanooga.
But just south of them, because of the way the road goes.
You make the first left-hander, and as you start going up it, I think everything to the left of that road is the city.
Yeah.
Everything to the right
is Signal Mountain.
Yeah.
Hamilton County.
Yeah.
Which, once again, its own city.
It is. Which is tiny.
Yeah. But it gets confusing when you start talking to people that aren't from here.
I know we've got a bunch of people that have just like, I'm not going to listen to this anymore.
And you got people that aren't from here, and you talk about them living in Lupton City.
Oh Lord!
And they're like, so it's its own city. No, that's the city of Chattanooga.
No,
it doesn't.
That's what happens when you have a lot of money. You can name something.
That is literally the Lupton City is literally what happens when people take sovereign citizenship too far.
They're going to build apartments out there too. Well, in a huge resort development.
Okay.
Along the river.
So the point is, for anybody that's in a big city that has a lot of different brands, we don't.
Yeah.
No, Pandora's was built about 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And before that, you weren't going to get a European motorcycle. You weren't going to buy one in Chattanooga. You weren't going to have it serviced in Chattanooga. That being said, if you have an Aprilia, you're still not going to get it serviced in Chattanooga.
No, you have to go to Atlanta or Nashville. There's not even one in Knoxville.
Yeah, because Pandora won't work on them.
No. Nobody wants to.
So.
But that is the thing. And, you have the Japanese Big Four. You have Harley. And then that other company. That was pretty much it. Polaris.
That other company, they've only been in Chattanooga for 10 years?
They bought that building in 2012. So about 10 years.
Okay.
Yeah. You guys have been there significantly longer.
We have been in our current building since 99.
Yeah. You had
our previous building.
Your dealership existed in Chattanooga for
the first Harley Davidson dealership, anybody listening to this that's local or semi-local or whatever to Chattanooga, like Jeremy, for instance. Jeremy's not local to Chattanooga, but he knows Chattanooga. You might find this interesting. So, the first Harley Davidson dealership ever in Chattanooga, and I'm not sure if you know this one, Daniel, was in downtown Chattanooga. Mm-hmm. At that point in time, they didn't call it downtown Chattanooga, they just called it Chattanooga.
Next to the warehousing and manufacturing facilities. Steel mill.
Was called Pate's Harley Davidson.
Yeah.
I wonder whether that name sounds really familiar.
Yep, Daniel, do you want to tell them why that name sounds very familiar?
Well, there's a gentleman that likes to come out to all the events here in Chattanooga. Frank. Takes pictures.
Wrong family.
Is that the wrong? I thought that was him.
No. There's another one that you've completely forgot about. You've left the man abandoned.
I did.
You know old man Joe that works in our parts department?
Yeah.
His mom and dad started the dealership.
Oh, seriously?
It's Joe Pate.
Oh, goodness.
He's such a
Joe
sweetheart.
grew up in Harley Davidson dealership.
Wow.
So,
kind of you guys to give him a job.
No.
anybody ever stops in the dealership, goes by the parts department, gets a chance to meet Joe Pate. He's got some fantastic stories. His first time ever down the Dragon, he was 7 years old, and it was in the sidecar of a 1951 Panhead.
Heck yeah, man.
Oh, that'd be the way to do it.
Yeah.
Heather, wouldn't you want to do it?
Yeah.
With his mom driving the bike.
Even better.
Oh, that's even better.
In the 1950s, that was...
Yeah. There's a picture of his mom on that 51 Panhead on our dealership's Instagram.
Oh,
I
yeah.
posted it
I've
for
seen
Mother's
that
Day.
photo, yeah.
And what's funny is I posted the picture, and then Joe's like, you know, that motorcycle was the first one I ever went down the Dragon on. I was like, the Dragon existed then? He goes, no, it was just Highway 129.
Yeah.
Wasn't the tail of the dragon yet.
It's just a road.
It's probably a dirt road at that point in time.
Well, we had to go past the Amish on their horse and buggies.
There's no Amish up there. That's past the Amish.
Look, sometimes they like to explore.
If the Amish
He likes
went
to get
down 129, their pictures would be on Killboy, trust me.
Could you
Or Fell of the
imagine?
Dragon.
Could you
Yeah.
imagine? Oh, that
I'm
someone
gonna
bought
make
the
friends-
original Harley.
I'm going to make friends with somebody that's Mennonite up that way, and I'm going to get them a couple helmets and just have them put on motorcycle helmets and go down the Dragon.
Like, I will pay for everything you need. Like, we get the horses rest. We just want to do this once.
I want to get y'all feed,
That would be great.
whatever you need.
Oh my gosh.
Whatever you need. Whatever you want.
That's a t-shirt. Fastest bike on the Dragon. Just
Dude,
a
that's-
picture of an Amish
Picture of an
cart.
Amish buggy.
Mennonites. They're Mennonites.
Mennonites, yes.
But they love the motorcycle community.
Mhm. I mean, every time we've passed them going up 411,
They always.
Oh, they
they
wave.
all wave,
Oh,
they
yeah.
get excited,
Yeah.
the kids get excited.
Yeah.
and-
Well, I think it's because that there's so many motorcycles in that area, first of all,
true.
and they're all really respectful to them.
Yeah.
I see cars
Yeah.
that don't want to get over, or they
Oh,
rev
yeah.
up out
Yeah,
and
we,
stuff like
we
that.
get out of their way,
Yeah.
make sure that like they're on the shoulder. We get over a lane to make sure that they have their space. I mean, look, they have an animal. That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
like motorcycles are not quiet
No,
unless you're on a factory Goldwing. You're
yeah,
so. Yeah, because I've seen that too. Guys in cars and trucks just blow
Mhm.
right by them. They're basically on the rumble strips.
yeah. And I mean, and when you think about it, for people listening to this that's ever rode the Skyway, Tellico Plains, Tennessee, you're 10 miles from the heart of like Mennonite community at that
Yeah.
point in time.
Yeah.
So they are definitely used to motorcycles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because you have to go through it.
Yeah.
Have to go through it to get up there.
What were we supposed to be talking about again?
We were talking about motorcycles that we wish manufacturers would make, or
Bingo nut or something?
yeah.
Rabbit holes, man. Rabbit holes.
Well, look, I mean that's why these people like to listen to us.
These people. He called y'all these people.
Well, I don't know.
call y'all that.
You need to talk. You need to talk to us, and then we can put faces to names and
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
send us a message.
But we don't know their face or their names.
Well, when we can look them up later on Facebook and things.
We have like
that.
5 listeners, man.
3 of them are in the room.
Yeah, well.
Hey, who am I kidding? I don't listen to us after we send it out.
I don't either.
It's gotten harder for me to listen to us.
I only listen to the ones where I'm not there. Because instead of you having to recap everything, I just listen to it. And
Yeah, well, I know when you listen to it because you immediately call me afterwards. And you're like,
Yes,
"Oh,
yes. Well, besides, the only other thing that I wish the Big Four would start making V-twin touring bikes again. They made good motorcycles at a lower price point. And
I wish the Big Four would look back into making V-twin sport bikes.
Yeah.
bringing back the V-twin engine just in general for the Big Four. I think
Well,
would be,
the Big Four, they still have, all 4 of them still have V-twin options.
true, but not in that same. Well,
Well,
So-
still Quera.
Vaquero. Well, they stopped making the Vaquero.
What was it?
It was a V-twin, but they stopped making it.
It was the Stradliner.
It's a V-twin. They don't make it.
But you see what I'm saying?
Well, but that's what I'm saying. They did exist, and they stopped. Like, Suzuki still makes a C50, which is a 800cc V-twin. You know, they've made bigger V-twins in the past. You could do it.
You mean like the M109?
Oh, Lord.
They did make a C109.
Yes. They also had the C90. I think they had a C70 at one point. Not the Honda.
C50.
Yeah. Because the C50 is the only cruiser that they make currently.
S40.
Oh, God. The single cylinder.
The Savage.
Savage. It was definitely savage to ride. And that was being kind to the exhaust note. Or was that your teeth rattling in your head?
Something.
But I mean, like Honda with the VTX. The VTX was a great bike. The 1300, the 1800 did not work well.
No. It was very like heavy, very top heavy. The VTX 1300 was a fantastic motorcycle.
Well, and that's like, I look at Stephanie's V-Star, that V-Star 1300. I think that's a very well-balanced motorcycle. They could sell that. You put that on the showroom floor for $9,000, $10,000, people are going to go buy them.
Yeah, I think it's going to be more than 9 or 10 grand.
Unfortunately, that's the...
I think her bike sitting on the show floor right now would probably be about 13 or 14.
But even then, that's still in that potential range. Closer to 10, you definitely get a buy, but...
13 or 14, they're at Harley price range.
Used Harley.
They're not getting far from a new Harley. And a new Sportster's cheaper than that.
Yeah. Well, a new Sportster, but what's the... I mean, the comparable...
What's the bottom dollar?
Yeah, it would be like a Heritage, right?
No, it'd be a Softail Standard.
Softail Standard.
Now, keep in mind, it's also 400 cc's bigger.
It's true.
It's like another $3,500.
Oh, really? I thought they were a little bit more than that for some reason.
No, and I have seen pre-owned.
Yeah.
Pre-owned, like, we're talking like less than 10,000 miles.
Yeah.
Just a couple years old.
Because Harley has started doing their CPO type stuff.
Yeah, Softail Standards for like 13.
Which...
That's not
a bad price. No, that's not bad at all.
Nope. And if it's a CPO bike, that means it has warranty and everything else.
Yep. Yeah. I think if the Big Four could actually make cruisers in that $10,000 or less range that are 1,000
that's where they were.
cc.
And I think that's what made them so big.
Yeah.
But the problem is the world that we're in today.
Yeah.
Well,
they'd rather focus on.
Why doesn't Harley build their bikes cheaper? Or maybe it's not that Harley's doesn't build their bikes cheaper. Maybe it's just the cost now.
Yeah.
Because it's like, if you look at the cost of a Goldwing, look at the cost of a Goldwing now.
Yeah.
Compared to 20 years ago.
Oh yeah, I mean doubled.
Okay. Look at the price of an Ultra Limited now.
Yeah.
20 years ago, it's not doubled.
Yeah. No.
It's up like 7, 8
It's up a little bit.
So either Harleys were overpriced then.
I think Harley has always priced their bikes at a premium price for a premium machine.
Yeah.
But I think now in this day and age, which we've talked about before, when people go,
Absolutely.
"Oh, that bike's too expensive," there might be some things that are very expensive.
That's a luxury. I mean, first of all, we've talked about this in length. Motorcycles are luxury items
in the United States.
In the United States,
it's a toy here.
Well, I'm going to say in the U.S. and Canada, in North America.
In North America,
motorcycles are a luxury.
Yeah,
yeah.
We don't buy them as a.
We buy them as a toy.
In other parts of the world, they are.
Yes,
I think P would tell us motorcycles are a luxury where he's at.
But he's not going to go out and buy an Ultra Limited as a day-to-day motorcycle at the exchange rate that we listed.
Yeah.
When he's
not
$100,000. But here we go out and buy a motorcycle because we want to enjoy something. It's a novelty.
Yeah.
It's not a way of
Now,
life.
I'll say this too.
If it was a way of life, we'd all be on KTM 390s.
People stateside that are listening to this going, well, no, an Ultra Limited's a $45,000 bike. Go to Harley Davidson's website and tell me what it's priced at. Just because your dealer is selling it for that much does not mean that's.
I think it was in the
how much
mid-30s or
bike
something
is
like
worth.
that.
Yeah. It was.
I don't want to put out a number there.
No, I don't want to
actually know.
either. But me and Dwayne were looking at one, and I think MSRP on an ultra limited was under 35.
Yeah.
MSRP. Keep in mind, you still have
there's
tax
fees
tag,
and things that
title,
get tied to
dock
that.
fees, stuff like that.
Yeah. And those are outside of the dealership's control. You can't do anything about that.
Correct.
Yeah.
But I do agree with you. I think V-twin sport bikes really do need to make a comeback.
return, yes.
The VTR 1000 from Honda, RC51.
Yes.
You know. Kawasaki never really got into the V-twin sport bikes.
TL 1000.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get a good Suzuki again.
Yeah.
Yamaha really didn't do the V-twin sport bikes either. I know they did make one, and I can't think of it right now.
So
they did make one, and it was like 80s or 90s.
Yamaha didn't really do it because they were chasing the middleweight sport bike.
Yes.
And Kawasaki was doing the same thing because you had the Ninja 750.
Yeah.
You had the Yamaha R7, which sounds like, we have an R7 now. They actually made...
It was an actual sport bike.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a diehard R7 back in the early 90s, or early 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Suzuki, I think they were just riding on...
Hayabusa.
No, I think they were riding...
SV650.
They did make the SV.
Yes.
But I think Suzuki, through it all, has always rode on their flagship GSX-R 750.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
They've always went, we have the biggest and baddest 750 sport bike that you can get.
Well, because Kawasaki took the 600 class with the 636.
Yeah.
Honda took the 1000.
With the Fireblade.
With the Fireblade. Suzuki. And, I mean, I'm not going to say the GSX-R 1000 with the K5 engine is bad, but...
No, but 1,000 power and a 600 chassis.
Yeah. Yeah. That's exactly what it is, because it's the same along the entire sport bike line for Suzuki.
But, Suzuki, like we said, did the TL 1000.
TL 1000.
Short-lived.
The SV 650, the SV 1000.
Yep.
They made both of those.
Honda, because Ducati goes, you can't make a V-twin sport bike and beat us in a race. Honda went, okay, watch us.
Yeah.
That's the thing. When Honda doesn't want to play it safe and close to the vest, they come out and kick ass.
Honda's got a great team of developers and R&D. Like, they can make whatever they want to. Oval pistons alone.
The Stig.
Yes.
The lawnmower. Stig riding the lawnmower on the Nürburgring. Okay.
Yes.
That was built by Honda engineers.
Yep.
That was not built by a third-party company.
No, that was a Honda.
That's great. It's great.
Yeah. I forgot about that.
But Honda also built what we would technically transfer as a 900cc, but a 0.9 liter engine that revved to like 27,000 RPMs that had like 1,100 horsepower.
Yeah. Because they can do that. They have that technology.
Because they can.
They
literally did it. Honda has done stuff in their past on the same premise that Volkswagen builds a Bugatti Chiron.
Yeah.
And a Bugatti Veyron.
Why not?
Yeah.
Why did you do this? You lose money on it.
Because we can.
Because we can.
Yep.
Why not?
Somebody will buy it. And we still say we can make it.
Yeah.
Well, and that's what disappoints me about Honda a lot of the times. Like, I know they can do these things, and yet they just keep playing it safe and safe and safe and safe. Come on. Just
do it.
Let your hair down. Drink a little bit of sake, and we can get on this.
And why do we make the podcast? Because we can.
Hey everybody, this is Sean at White Lightning Harley Davidson. I want to thank you for listening to the Daily Biker Podcast. You can reach the podcast on Facebook or Instagram at The Daily Biker, or you can email the podcast at thedailybiker@gmail.com. Be sure to keep an eye on White Lightning Harley Davidson social media pages for the most up-to-date information on all our events and where you can find the boys.